Good afternoon and welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee for today's doubleheader action between your VolState Pioneers and the post-grad team called BCA, BC Athletics, Brett Carroll Athletics, Brett Carroll Academy. I'm not sure, but you can find them on Twitter at BCA Postgrad. And hopefully I've linked that to the broadcast today. We are broadcasting on Twitter and YouTube. Let's see how many we got. We got 2 people watching already. Logan Kimberlin, our scoreboard operator today, and his apprentice, Tanner Bumbelow, up here in the press box. 2 right-handers for the Volunteer State Pioneers. First-year players. So they're getting their feet wet. Maybe red-shirting this year. I'm not really sure. No, probably not. All right, Tim Reese along for another day of baseball. 2 7-inning games scheduled here at Pioneer Field at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Fans are filing in. We have a few that have been here since about 12:30. Not your girlfriend that's here yet. Okay. So if just the players' girlfriends would show up, we'd have a pretty good crowd, wouldn't they? Wouldn't it, Alex Qualls, our PA man? I mean, you got, what, 3 or 4 girlfriends yourself, right? No. Okay. Oh, there, you got them in different states. All right, as you see the guys out there getting the field ready, we probably will not be getting started right at 2 o'clock, but I know the umpires are here. We will have arbiters for today's ball game. Let's go through the starting lineups. I have lineups for both teams today early, so we will get cracking on at the starting lineup for BCA. Leading off, playing shortstop, Hayden Hartgrove. Batting second, playing second, Lane Brooks. In the 3-hole, River Hart will be playing third base. And the cleanup hitter, left fielder Colt Whaley. The DH to start the game, and he'll catch a little bit later on in game 1. Keegan Costa. Jeremy Kreider will bat 6th and play first base. Christopher Casey, the right fielder, batting 7th. Thomas Lovins will catch and then move over to the DH role as he is batting 8th. Josh Campos will bat 9th and play center field, and both teams will be hitting 10 players today, so an extra DH is Jackson Bartholomew, who will bat 10th. And on the mound for BCA, Dakota Crumbly, a right-hander from Jackson, Georgia. The head coach for BCA, BC stands for Brett Carroll, who is the owner of the academy or the athletics. Head coach is Sean Hughes. Pitching coach Michael Spears. Additional assistant coaches John Barlow, Dom Leo, Tyler Orr, Mitch Carlson, and David O'Brien. Probably about a 25 to 30-man roster on BCA's roster. Here's the starting lineup for the homestanding Pioneers. As you see, head coach Jim McGuire out meeting with the 2 umpires, and not sure if that's Sean Hughes or not, but it very well could be. Leading off for the Pioneers, playing center field, Jake Burris. Batting second, one of the DHs today, normal left fielder, Jacob Messer, will be playing DH today. Jace Mizell, the third J of the triumvirate of the leadoff 3 batters for the Pioneers. Jace Mizell will be in right field, batting third. Carter Vrabel, an extra hitter, batting 4th. Caleb Hawkins will be catching, batting 5th. Ethan Huddleston over at shortstop, batting 6th. Brody Melton will be starting game 1 here at first base, batting 7th. And Landon Luderman playing third base, batting 8th. And Matt Hall in the 9-hole will be playing second base. And batting 10th, playing left field today, Big J. Sharla, graduate or a former BCA post-grad player. And on the mound for the Pioneers, number 16, Eli Klotfelter, his 5th game of the year. He'll be pitching in today. He's already thrown 7 innings, given up 7 hits, only 2 earned runs, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 2.57 ERA this fall. Eli Klotfelter from Georgia and Indianapolis, graduated high school in Indianapolis, Indiana. 5'10", 190-pound right-hander. He's a sophomore. Family now lives in Ringgold, Georgia. Business administration major here at VolState, the son of Rob and Crystal Klotfelter. And I hope they and the rest of Eli's family, his younger sister Maggie and Pawpaw in Ringgold and Mimi in Tunnel Hill, Georgia, have joined us either on YouTube or Twitter. Of course, Jim McGuire's in his 2nd year at Volunteer State. He is assisted by 2 newcomers. Braden Kale is pitching coach, comes from Austin Peay State University and the College of Charleston. And John Ripel, longtime head coach over the last 16 years, is volunteer assistant for Jim McGuire. Pioneers played this past Saturday in a 15-inning scrimmage that was broken up into basically 3 5-inning games against the Belmont Bruins over at E.S. Rose Park. And mildly, I guess to say, did not hit it real well. 5 hits in the 15 innings, 5 runs. But hoping to get back on track as they were hitting very well coming into those to that scrimmage. Today's games will be the last actual games for about 10 days. The next scheduled action on the field will be versus Trevecca Nazarene University, actually in 9 days, at Trevecca in Nashville. Doubleheader scheduled on that Saturday starting at 1 o'clock. Then a midweek game going to Columbia State. I assume that will be a 1 9-inning game starting at 5 p.m. Then finish out a doubleheader against opponents, actual opponents, against the Royal Scout team before they will start their intra-squad World Series Blue-Red game beginning on October 24th, I think. So the last week of October. We are set for the national anthem here in moments as Alex Qualls will wait till the Pioneers get lined up for the national anthem. We're all learning. We're learning, practicing here in the fall. Broadcasters, PA guys. Logan Kimmerlin says it's been a while since he's run a scoreboard. So Pioneers taking the field. Ball thrown back out as Eli Klotfelter has his own baseball. Travis Rose will be behind the plate, and Jake Wolf, the umpire, on the bases. So we will turn the volume down for the national anthem. Play ball. It's not that I'm unpatriotic or un-American, folks. It's just that we don't want to be kicked off Twitter for playing music that we don't own. So I've been kicked off Facebook before playing music in the background. I'm not sure if Twitter would actually send us off the air or not, but I don't want to take a chance. So we are moments away from first pitch, 81 degrees here in Gallatin, Tennessee, about 30 minutes northeast of Nashville, Tennessee. The BCA squad is headquartered, I believe, in Knoxville, Tennessee. BC is Brett Carroll, and he's a former player at Middle Tennessee State University for head coach Jim McGuire of the Volunteer State Pioneers. Also played professional baseball for a little while. I guess I should have looked him up to see some of his credits in professional baseball, but I'm not really sure how long the BCA post-grad program has been in existence. I promise if we play him in the spring, I'll have a little more background information. The Pioneers in their red practice jerseys. They also have a light blue or sky blue that they'll wear as well. So 2 different jerseys. They'll wear these for practice as well as these fall scrimmages. Junior colleges play 15 to 20 scrimmages or games in the fall. Division I teams are not allowed to play that many. I think 2, maybe 3 now, as Belmont used one of their 2 or 3 to play the Pioneers last Saturday, and I think they will also play Lipscomb University as their second game. I think there's another scrimmage that they have. Not sure if it counts or not tomorrow. And Saturday, the Belmont Baseball Alumni Weekend. Golf scramble tomorrow. First pitch from Eli Klopfelter. Fouled off down the third base line, and we are underway. There we got things going. Hayden Hartgrove playing shortstop, leading off for BCA. Breaking pitch by Klopfelter goes high. Game time 2:03. Scheduled for 7 innings. Another foul ball at the plate. Hartgrove down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Klopfelter started the second 5-inning portion of the scrimmage as he yanks a fastball high and outside. Hayden Hartgrove from Knoxville, Tennessee, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Shows a shortstop. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Klopfelter, good start to this ball game. Strikes out Hartgrove. Lane Brooks, the second baseman, steps to the plate. Lane Brooks, 5'11", 185 pounds from Dayton, Tennessee. Just drove through Dayton over there by Saudi Daisy, and breaking pitch gets inside corner for called strike 1. That was in the Chattanooga area, Dunlap, Tennessee. Fastball gets by Hawkins. Beautiful sunny day here. Wind blowing just a little bit out towards center field. There's a ground ball, 2 hops to Huddleston. Picks behind second base, throws over to Melton for out number 2. Klopfelter probably will go 2 innings. Not sure who's up next, but he went 2 innings in the game the other day at the second 5-inning contest. Gave up 4 hits. It gave up 7 runs, but none were earned as he gets a swing and a miss by River Hart, the third baseman for BCA. Pitched in a little bit of hard luck there. Should have got out of the inning, and Belmont poured it on. There's a breaking pitch about chin high. It does not come down in the zone. River Hart, shortstop and an outfielder, 6'1", 200 pounds, from New Hampshire. Nice break on that pitch. Just went too far out. 2 balls and a strike. Nashua, N-A-S-H-U-A is the name of the city. He fouls that ball off to the right side. Caleb Pika is all over it. One of the pitchers sitting in the stands right behind home plate. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Fastball stays inside. We have our first full count. Full count brought to you by Full Count Ministries. Go to fullcountministries.com and see all that God is doing through that baseball ministry. Not only just here in Sumner County, but all over the world. Breaking pitch stays inside. First base runner for BCA. Brings to the plate cleanup hitter, left fielder Colt Whaley. 5'10", 175 pounds from Knoxville, Tennessee. That pitch nearly hit Whaley in the noodle right there as well. Klopfelter has a fastball that comes back to the right-handed hitter. Throw over to first base. Melton slaps the tag down. Not in time to get Hart. Pitch misses low and outside. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes to Colt Whaley. Good lead to throw over this time. Goes in feet first, not in time. We are efforting, folks, to get a second camera here that will give you a little wider angle. There's a swing and a tapper foul at the plate. But once we get that, we'll have to find us an intern to operate it. I'm already juggling enough balls up here, spinning too many plates to try to add that job. So we're looking for somebody here locally. Another throw over to first base. This one's pretty close. The runner getting back in there just in time. If I'm coaching down there, I'm probably telling him to get down. Easier to tag when he's coming in feet first. Pretty decent lead, though. Almost a quick pitch there by Klopfelter. Breaking pitch. Not able to control that one just yet. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, Keegan Costa. DH and also scheduled to catch here in game 1. The pitch misses inside. There's second straight walk by Klopfelter after he retired the first 2 batters of the Athletics. Keegan Costa stepping to the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Costa 5'11", 190 pounds from Charlottesville, Virginia. Another right-handed batter. Klopfelter looks back at second and throws one nose high. Caleb Hawkins will step out there and talk to Eli. Hawkins in his second year, as is Eli Klopfelter here at Volunteer State. So Jay Charla's out in left field, his second-year player. Jake Burris and Jace Mizell center and right, also in their second year here at VolState. As are the double play combination of Ethan Huddleston and Matt Hall. Ethan Huddleston actually and Jake Burris, third-year players here at VolState. Klopfelter comes set. Pitch goes low. Eli looking for some pitch that he can command to get over the plate. Two runners are on from his doing. Throw down on a ball in the dirt and out, says the base umpire. So a caught stealing will retire BCA. No runs. There were no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. After a half an inning, BCA nothing. VolState coming to the plate. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back in Gallatin, Tennessee, the home of the Volunteer State Pioneers. They will have Jake Burris leading off. On deck, Jacob Messer. And in the hole, Jace Mizell to face Dakota Crumbly here in the bottom of the first inning. Burris, who batted second all this past spring, looks at the first pitch. Fastball high. Crumley, 6'1", 200-pound right-hander. Burris fouls that one off into the trees to the right. On the other side of the maintenance shed, Caleb Pika apparently has drawn the short straw. That is the second foul ball he'll get. Looks like the other pitchers down here have other duties. Fastball high. Crumbly from Jackson, Georgia. Burris looks at a pitch just up. Pretty good looking pitch there by Crumley. Burris hitting .250 thus far in the fall. He's played in 6 of the, I guess we can call those 3 games that they played against Belmont, 3 5-inning games. I think I actually just called him 1. There's a pitch low and away for the first runner for the Pioneers. That is Burris's 9th walk of the fall. Hadn't had a lot of chance to swing the bat when he comes to the plate. That'll bring Jacob Messer to the plate. Playing in the DH role, throw over Chase Burris back. Jake was only 4 out of 5 in stolen bases. Didn't run much this past spring. Messer hitting from the left side. Slow breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Jake is 4 for 15, or Jacob Messer is 4 for 15 this fall. Has a double, 4 RBIs. He also has walked 5 times. He swings, hits a little soft line drive that shortstop Hayden Hartgrove will go back and make the catch. Softly hit line drive. Infielders were playing at double play depth. He had to go back just into the grass to make that play. So with 1 out and 1 on, Jace Mizell, the right fielder, steps to the plate from Metropolis, Illinois. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back to the screen. Mizell has been an extra base machine here this fall. 5 doubles and a home run. 6 of his 7 hits are for extra bases. 7 for 18, hitting .389. 9 RBIs. He's also walked 4 times. He gets a smash down the third base line, just past the diving River Hart down the left field line and trying to move up to third, and he will do so successfully. Jake Burris, hustle play to get into third base. That puts runners at second and third as Mizell on cue with his 6th double of the fall. So with 1 out, runners at second and third, Carter Vrabel steps to the plate. This past spring led the Pioneers in RBIs, and he'll get 1 less chance. No, as Burris does not come home. Jace Mizell was halfway to third base, but I think a pretty good call by Burris to stay put. That ball came back a little bit farther than he thought. Probably would have been safe, as Thomas Lovins would have still had to throw the ball to Dakota Crumbly, but Burris must not have felt he had a good enough break. I think Carter was pretty happy. Maybe that's a individual stat that I would say definitely you want to be known as a cleanup hitter, that you're going to drive them in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carter Vrabel. He swings, taps one off of his body. Pitch had a good bit of tail coming back in on his hands. Vrabel's played in 6 of the 9 games, as I've counted. I counted the whole scrimmage for Belmont as 1 game. So he's played 6 of 9, got 4 hits, 2 doubles and a home run. 6 RBIs. Looking to pick up 2 more right here in the bottom of the first inning. Crumbly finds himself in trouble, but he gets Carter Vrabel swinging on a nice breaking pitch that went into the left-handed batter's box. Crumbly trying to wiggle off the hook. Now has 2 outs. Caleb Hawkins stepping to the plate. 2 out RBIs. Hawkins looking for, and he will swing and hit a hard ground ball to third. Hart picks it up, throws high, and that will pull Jeremy Kreider off the base. Jake Burris will score. First run of the ball game. So an unearned run.
Now batting, number 3, Ethan Huddleston.
As Hawkins will reach on the air. Ethan Huddleston comes to the plate with runners at first and third. Breaking pitch in the dirt that Hawkins reads, and he will hustle on down to second base and put Huddleston in the same position that he was in. 2 outs and runners at second and third. Huddleston 5 hits in 18 at-bats, and he hits a ball to deep center field. Back goes Josh Campos. He will not get this one as it hits halfway up the wall. Huddleston steps on second. He will be in standing with a 2-run triple. Maybe a little bit of wind aided, but he put a charge into that ball. So 2 more runs as the Pioneers take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. These, of course, for Dakota Crumbly are unearned runs. He should have been out of the inning, giving up no runs, but
Now batting, number 13, Brody Melton.
the Pioneers make that error at third base hurt as Ethan Huddleston triples off the center field wall. And big Brody Melton steps to the plate from Tullahoma, Tennessee, hitting .727 for the fall. That is not a typo on my my stat sheet. I'm actually preparing the stats. These are unofficial as they're coming from my book. But he has 8 hits in 11 official at-bats. 1 double, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Has also walked 4 times. Swing and a miss. You can see the flag out there in center field is blowing straight out, but it's not a stiff wind. But I think that ball did get farther over Campos' head than he thought and was surprised when he got to the fence. 3 balls and a strike now to Brody Melton with Landon Luderman on deck. A walk, a pop out or soft line drive, a double, strikeout, error, and a triple. Three runs as that pitch just misses outside. And Melton will take the free pass. And the left-handed hitting Landon Luderman from Knoxville, Tennessee will step to the plate. He has 5 hits in 15 at-bats, 4 RBIs, looking for his first extra base hit from a young man that 5'10", 185 pounds. He's got a lot of power. So he swings and misses the first offering from Crumbly. Pretty happy he didn't hit that one, as that would have been off the end of the bat. Definitely would not have been an extra base hit unless it was a fluke over the third baseman's head. 2 outs, fastball high and away. So Huddleston on down at third base. He tripled in Mizell and Hawkins. And Melton on at first base with the second walk of the inning. Crumbly walked the leadoff batter. There's a breaking pitch that's swung over the top by Luderman. That's been Crumbly's best pitch today so far. The 8th batter to come to the plate for the Pioneers. Fastball high and away. A balk was called during the pitch, so that will score another run for VolState. Score now 4-0. I didn't think that was ball 4, and I was kind of wondering why Melton was jogging to second base. I didn't hear the balk called. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, and a pirouette move with a nice little kick there. Thought that was a beginning of a dance move. Wasn't sure what was happening there, but definitely looked different than his regular wind-up or delivery. So he gets Landon Luderman swinging to retire the side. So 2 strikeouts for Crumbly, but 2 walks and 2 extra base hits and a balk have brought in 4 runs for the Pioneers, and they lead after 1. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Heading to the top of the second inning here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on the campus of Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin, Tennessee. Leading off for BCA, Keegan Costa, facing Eli Klopfelter, and he will get jammed as it looked like the first base coach was going after that. Like he and Brody Melton were going to meet there in the middle, but Brody could not get over to snag that before it found the grass. That pitch sawed off Costa. Klopfelter back, ready to go. Another ball tapped foul down the third base line. Klopfelter retired the first two batters he faced, strikeout and a ground out, and then had a bit of a wild streak, walked the next two batters, ended up throwing a ball in the dirt to Costa, who was at the plate. So he goes down looking for the first out here in the second. He was at the plate, and the ball was thrown in the dirt. But Hawkins able to keep it in front, and River Hart tried to get into third base on the ball in the dirt, but was thrown out trying to steal. Jeremy Kreider, first baseman, fouls off the first pitch. Nice of that ball to come right back to Caleb Hawkins. Kreider also from Knoxville, Tennessee. Breaking pitch misses outside. .64", 190-pound. Guess they're all just 1 year out of high school. There's a high tapper, Luderman in front of shortstop, and he throws high, but Brody Melton does his best ballerina and reaches up to make the catch and keep his toe on the base for out number two. Nice play by Luderman to come over to his left. Been a tough play for Huddleston in the hole. So with two outs, Christopher Casey steps to the plate, and he sees a fastball in the outside corner called strike. Christopher Casey, the right fielder for BCA, also a pitcher on the roster from Frankfort, Illinois. Another pitch down at the knees called strike two. The same spot Klopfelter was in the first inning. Couldn't seal the deal, but trying to get it done here in what appears to be his last inning. A breaking pitch goes high and off the glove of Hawkins. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thomas Lovins, the on-deck batter, will retrieve that errant toss. Thank you for joining us here on a Thursday afternoon. Fastball on the inside corner, and Klopfelter gets his man. First strikeout looking for Klopfelter, so he'll finish with 3 strikeouts in his 7 batters that he faced, giving up no runs, no hits. Did walk 2 batters in his 2 innings. Did not hit a batter. So a good outing for Eli Klopfelter. He'll give way. We'll tell you in a full inning who the new pitcher is, but I believe we still have Dakota Crumbly out on the mound for BCA. We'll take a short break. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Matt Hall will lead off the bottom of the second inning. Looks like Tanner Bumbelow, you're up for the scoreboard. What? Well, you better. Matt Hall delivers a line drive out to left field. A diving seated attempt by Colt Whaley is off of the heel of his glove, and Matt Hall will cruise into second base with a leadoff double. Line drive that Whaley tried to make a seated slide. Seated sliding catch. So 3 hits for the Pioneers, all been extra bases. And Big Jay Sharla stepping to the plate. Here's a pitch that goes high over his head for ball 1. Jay Sharla, 5'9", 155-pound sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Riverdale High School. Swings and fouls that pitch straight back. Don't be fooled by this young man's stature. He's got some power in that body. Got 3 hits in limited action, 3 for 8 this fall. Has played in 6 of the 9 games. Has a triple, 2 RBIs. Apparently hard to pitch to as well. Walked twice and been hit 3 times so far this fall. Guy very easy to root for is Jay Sharla. Engineering major here at VolState, the son of Jake and Delynn Sharla, the brother to Rainey, grandson of Mamaw in Murfreesboro, and Graney and Marshall also in Murfreesboro. Sees a pitch inside. Corner called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pioneer left fielder, number 10 hole hitter on deck, Jake Burris, who led off Pioneers bottom of the first with a walk and later scored. Charlotte sees ball 3 go outside. We're at a full count Ministries, full count. Leadoff double by Matt Hall, sophomore from Lexington, and the full count pitch is high. Jay Sharla will take another walk. Third walk of the afternoon by Dakota Crumbly, who is back for his second inning of work. That puts runners at first and second, and nobody out. Jake Burris stepping to the plate. Burris played in 44 games in the spring for the Pioneers, led the team in at-bats with 148, hits with 49, doubles with 14, and 26 walks. So he sees a breaking pitch go low and outside. Burris from Grove City, Ohio. I'm sure that his mom and Sherry Burris, Dave, Dave Holbrook watching from Grove City today, along with both sets of grandparents. Jake Burris has always got a crowd online watching Big Jake Burris and the Pioneers play baseball. Grandma and Grandpa in Grove City swing and a miss. And Grandma and Grandpa both sets are in Grove City. Roger and Connie McDaniel, they always email the show. You can too if you like. There's a bunt down the first baseline, but it will go foul. There we are. treesports@gmail.com if you want to let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. And if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, we got 35 showing on YouTube right now. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jake Burris. Nobody out. 4-0. Pioneers lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Coach McGuire gives the signs down there at third base. John Ripel down at first base. There's a swing on a high breaking pitch, throwing the dirt by the pitcher. That'll be an error, and a run will score. Burris will head to second. They're going to send Charla around to score, and 2 runs will score. Burris will get all the way over to third base on the throw that got away from first baseman Jeremy Kreider. As Dakota Crumley looked like he just threw it too softly. He didn't want to throw it too hard over there to Kreider. And threw it too softly. Went in the dirt, and Kreider could not pull it out. So no RBIs. A 3-base throwing error by Dakota Crumley. We'll put Jake Burris all the way over at third base. Jay Charla was booking it coming around third base, thought there was going to be a play at the plate. I'm sure he couldn't believe there was any chance that he might score on that play. But Coach McGuire was winding his arms. So the second error of the ball game by BCA, and that will bring Jacob Messer to the plate. He had a soft line drive caught by the shortstop. Swings and lines the ball down the third base line, but it will go foul. Off-speed pitch looked like probably a changeup that Messer was way out in front of. There, he's now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Right fielder Christopher Casey is playing deep. Fastball's high. On deck, Jace Mizell. Nobody out. Jake Burris on at third base on an errant throw by Dakota Crumley. There's a shot to right field. Back to tag is Burris. The catch is made in right field to throw home. Will not be in time. So a sacrifice. Hard to call that a fly as he lined out to the right fielder. That's the first RBI in 7 runs scored for the Pioneers. Oh, bases now cleared. 1 out, 1 run, or 3 runs in. First pitch to Mizell misses down in the zone. There's a tapper on a check swing over to third. Riverhart up with it. He throws it in the dirt. And Mizell will reach on another error. Jace did not mean to hit the ball with his bat there. He was trying to pull away a little bit, but ended up getting a tapper down to third base. And Riverhart just another one, tentative throw down to over to first base and just threw it in the dirt. Could not be handled by Kreider. Breaking pitch to Carter Vrabel, misses outside. Carter struck out in the first inning. 1 out, 1 on, and he will get drilled with that pitch, something that's been happening a lot to Carter Vrabel as well. That's his 3rd hit by pitch this fall. Landon Gotze, who will not play today, leads the fall in hit by pitches. He's been hit 4 times. So first and second for the Pioneers, Caleb Hawkins, who reached on an error and scored in the first, sees a fastball high. BC Athletics is a post-grad, so post-grad is post-high school graduation. These guys are looking to move on to colleges through the recruitment process. It's like many are from Knoxville, but they're not all from that area. at the academy or the program is located in the Knoxville area. The pitch yanked way outside. Goes to the backstop, and both runners will move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. Mizell reached on an error down at third, and Vrabel, who was hit by a pitch, now down out second base. The two roommates. All three of these guys played at other junior college. Caleb Hawkins played at both Wabash Valley College and Dyersburg State. Carter Vrabel and Jace Mizell also played at Wabash Valley before coming here to Volunteer State. 3 balls and a strike, and that pitch hits Caleb Hawkins. So the bases are now loaded. 2 hit batters in the inning, along with a walk, and there'll be another visit to the mound. Guessing by pitching coach Michael Spears. Go out and chat with Dakota Crumbly, and actually he will go out to bring on the new pitcher. And in their lineup of pitchers, this will be left-hander Tyler Jenkins, 6'1", 160-pound left-handed pitcher from Knoxville, Tennessee, and he will come on in relief of Dakota Crumbly here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll take a short break and be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Tyler Jenkins on in relief of Dakota Crumbly here with bases loaded, 1 out, and Ethan Huddleston stepping to the plate. He tripled, drove in 2 runs. I said those were the first RBIs. That was incorrect. Did not write those in the square for Ethan Huddleston last time. Sees the first pitch, pops it up over to right field. It may get down, but it will, just past the diving Lane Brooks at second base. Everyone will move up 1 base on the pop fly out to right field. So after slamming one off the middle of the center field fence, Huddleston gets his second hit and 3rd RBI with a little bleeder, little bloop over the first baseman's head. Chase Mizell comes in to score. Brody Melton steps to the plate. Base is still loaded. That run charged to Dakota Crumbly. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Melton walked in the first inning. So 4 runs in the first, and so far 4 here in the second. And threatening to put more on the board. Brody Melton, the freshman from Tullahoma, Tennessee, gets a strike called on the outside corner. Thank you, folks, for the emails. We got a few so far from the Charlottes, DeLynn, and Granny and Marshall are watching. Jay's dad, Jake, is here in attendance. I don't think I've ever met him, so I wouldn't know him if I saw him. Breaking pitch low and inside. Mark Hall also checking in from Lexington. Mark and Tracy Hall, parents of Matt Hall. And Brett Reinhardt, Dan's father, as that pitch goes in the dirt, blocked nicely by Lovins. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brett and Jana watching from Collinwood now. He keeps telling me it's Iron City. Is Iron City smaller than Collinwood? Maybe that's the case. I haven't been through either of those towns. 2 balls, 2 strike pitch to Melton. He drives one to deep center field. Back goes Josh Campos, and that will hit at the base of the fence too. Melton at the bag at second, and he will move on to third. Throw is home to get the diving Ethan Huddleston not in time, as Brody Melton will pick up the second triple of the ball game and drive in 3 runs. As the bases were loaded.
Now batting, number 5, Landon Luderman.
Carter Vrabel scored, Caleb Hawkins scored, and Ethan Huddleston scored. As the bases were loaded, Landon Luderman steps to the plate now with a runner at third base. Pitch from the left-handed throwing Tyler Jenkins goes low and away. Swing and a miss as the infield is in. That's 2 balls that have gone to the fence, to dead center field here by the Pioneers. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. 7 runs in the inning, 11-0. VolState leads here in the bottom of the second. Luderman, that pitch goes behind him, goes to the backstop, and Melton will come in standing. So a wild pitch will take an RBI chance away from Landon Luderman as the 8th run comes across. Three hits in the inning. That pitch hits Luderman in the arm, and I think they're saying that it goes across the plate and a called strike. Apparently, Landon Luderman did not attempt to get out of the way. His arm must have been hanging over the strike zone, so we've got a full count. Full count brought to you by Full Count Ministries. There's a ground ball to short. Throw over to first. Retires Luderman. Does not look like our starting shortstop, but it is. I'm sorry. Hayden Hartgrove throws over to first base. I did not get that run off there, did I?
Now batting, number 2, Matt Hall.
So we got 2 outs, nobody on. Matt Hall stepping to the plate. He led off with a double line drive that left fielder Colt Whaley tried to make a diving play and could not get it in his glove as it squirted away. Matt Hall hustled down to second base. Fouls that ball off to the right side. Let's see if Caleb Pica's all over that one again. There he goes. Two outs, nobody on. Another pitch came close to hitting a Pioneer, but Hall able to move his 5'8", 155-pound frame out of the way. Fastball stays upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. 2 Hall. The 11th batter to come to the plate for the Pioneers here in the second. There's a line drive right up the middle, just past the glove of Tyler Jenkins, as Matt Hall will get 2 hits in 1 inning. Big Jay Charla stepping back into the box. He walked and scored earlier this inning. Breaking pitch from the left-hander. In there for called strike. He was facing a right-hander when he came to the plate earlier in the inning. Dakota Crumley. Throw over to first base. Very delayed throw. He had already put his foot down on the ground. Seemed like he paused again. Foul ball. Eight runs in the inning. 6 runs given up by Crumbley. So a total of 10. The pitch down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Lovins again. Count to Charlotte, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8 runs, 4 hits in the inning. 2 batters hit. There have been 2 errors. Charlotte stays alive. Fouls another pitch to the screen. Scheduled for 7 innings here. And VolState, the runner goes. He's picked off at first, but Matt Hall just keeps going on to second base. So we'll call timeout. Is he calling a balk? I didn't look to me like Jake Wolf, the base umpire, was allowing the play to go. Did not call out or safe and just pointed to second base. So he must have called a balk. I didn't see what he did, but those old left-handers, they're sneaky sometimes. So a balk puts Matt Hall in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Charla. Misses high and outside. Jay Charla looking for a ball to drive. He's not trying to crack the lineup with walks. Needs to be able to get pitches to hit. There's a breaking pitch that he stays in there on and spoils from Tyler Jenkins. Stays alive, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Charlotte only got in 2 games this past spring. Had 1 official at-bat, had 3 total at-bats. I think he had a walk and a sacrifice fly along. There's a hard hit ball out the left center field. That will get down in the gap. Charlotte will cruise into second base with an RBI double. Just what he was looking for, something to drive. Another run home for the Pioneers as Matt Hall will score the 9th run of the inning. Bring to the plate Jake Burris for his 3rd plate appearance in 2 innings. He has walked and reached on an error, and his mama emailed and said he better hustle a little bit more to first base. There's a line drive out to center field. That may hang up there long enough, and it will, for Josh Campos to come in. Well hit ball, but stayed up just a little bit too long, as Jake Burris will be retired on a line out to center field. Pioneers scored a bunch. 9 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 2, Pioneers lead 13-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Top of the third we go. I mean, if you're not at the ballpark, you're not getting, I believe it's B.J. Thomas. It says, I'm hooked on a feeling. Alex Qualls playing from last year's DJ, Maddox Liebrick's playlist. None of these guys here have ever heard this song before. Summit Concrete, call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. John Tomlinson, big left-hander from Lebanon, Tennessee. Coming on for his 5th appearance of the year. He's thrown 4 2/3, giving up 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. And he will face 8, 9, and 10 in the order. Swing and a miss from Thomas Lovins. Been catching the first 2 innings. Tomlinson, 6'3", 180-pound left-hander. Changeup in there for a called strike. Lebanon, Tennessee, transfer from MTSU. General Studies major, the son of Keith and Kim Tomlinson. He stays ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The younger brother to Lauren and the grandson of Paul in Lebanon and grandma also in Lebanon, Tennessee. Played for the Full Count Rhythm, and I think he pitched in 1 game. The Ohio Valley League team who won the championship, as Lovins could not hold up on that swing, and he will go down as a forward K in the books. First batter that Tomlinson faced, he strikes out. Josh Campos, center fielder, made a nice play on that last line drive by Jake Burris. Steps to the plate, right-hander. That pitch nearly catches Campos in the legs, but does a little bunny hop straight back, and that ball goes to the backstop. Campos, 6'1", 180 pounds, from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Swing and a miss. BCA has had 1 runner reach, and that was on a walk. Actually, 2 runners. 3-hole and 4-hole hitter, River Hart Colt Whaley walked. Put runners at first and second. With the ball in the dirt by Tomlinson. Caleb Hawkins behind the plate. Landon Luderman at third. Ethan Huddleston at short. Matt Hall at second. Brody Melton over there at first base, chewing on his jersey before the pitch is thrown. Goes outside. We have a Full Count Ministries full count. Godsey getting the day off, trying to rest a weary lower body as Tomlinson walks, batter number 2. So a strikeout and a walk. Brings it to plate Jackson Bartholomew, the 10th hitter for BCA. Pioneers looking for a ground ball here to get out of the inning. And I don't mean a ground ball pitched. That ball goes in the dirt. Eli Klotfelter went first 2 innings, no hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 3 batters, faced 7. That pitch sails high and away. One of John's bugaboos so far this fall has been control. 8 walks in 4 2/3 and also hit 3 batters. He's trying to work on control. He's gone 3 wide ones to the 10-hole hitter, Jackson Bartholomew, 6'2", 180 pounds from Carmel, California. He's a long way from home. We got players from North Carolina, Virginia, Michigan, Texas. There's a pitch right down the can for strike 1. California, Ontario, Colorado, South Carolina, Illinois, Iowa, as well as Tennessee. Left-hander looks over at runner leading off, who takes off. Ball 4 thrown low and inside. Consecutive walks to the number 9 and number 10 batters in the lineup, as pitching coach Braden Kale will trot out to the mound to talk to his left-hander. 1 out, 2 consecutive walks will bring to the plate Hayden Hartgrove, the leadoff batter who struck out swinging in the top of the first. Started at 81 degrees. I think the high today was supposed to be 84 here in Middle Tennessee. Showing 83 degrees now. First pitch to Hartgrove in the dirt. Even if you're rooting for BCA, you can send an email to T. Reese. I don't advertise anything. I'm not going to email you back. You won't see a whole lot of spam email from me. Just give you a little shout out over the air, as I did with Sherry Burris and DeLynn Charla, Mark Hall, and Brett Reinhardt. Two balls, no strikes. Now 3 balls, no strikes to Hayden Hartgrove. Logan Kimberlin did not believe me until he thought maybe I dozed off there, our scoreboard operator. He had 2-0. I had 3-0. Now we have 3-1, which was the count to Jackson Bartholomew when John Tomlinson walked him. So 1 out. Runners at first and second. Pitch grounded foul. The first base coach booted it. Brings us to a full count Ministries. Full count. We have had a full count first pitch foul ball. Landon Luderman hit a ground ball to shortstop on a full count. So 0 for 1 for that statistic. Throw back to second base. Huddleston gets between the runner and the bag, but the runner able to get back in time. On deck, Lane Brooks. Long look back at second base. Time was called at the plate. Not a very boisterous timeout called by Travis Rose, but I guess all he needs for people to know is the pitcher and the batter. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up foul. Looks like it will get out of play and over the stands. So our first full count, first pitch foul ball. Caleb Pika getting his steps in. Left-hander from Overton High School who's rehabbing an injury. Not sure if he'll get in this fall or not, but quite a number of injuries piling up for the Pioneers here, which is never good, but that full count pitch, just like what happened in practice yesterday, I saw, is called interference, I think. Brody Melton ends up coming in and making the catch for the second out, but he ran into the runner at first base, Jackson Bartholomew, as he was going to the ball.
Now batting, number 3, Lane.
2 outs now. And Lane Brooks steps to the plate. He grounded out to Huddleston at short in the first inning. 13-0. The Pioneers scored 4 in the first and 9 in the second. Tomlinson looking to come back strong here and retire Brooks. Still no hits given up by the Pioneers here in 2 2/3. But they've walked 4. Timeout asked for but not granted, it appears. So I would think that that's ball 1. Umpire did not raise his hands, and he actually, for some reason, he put up 1 ball and no strikes, which can't happen because the first pitch was a strike, right? Because he swung and missed. That should be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keep that up on the board. There we go. Now I see 2 fingers up. I must have missed that 1 finger on his right hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Lane Brooks, second baseman, swings and misses. Tomlinson strikes out Brooks and finishes the inning with no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Pioneers still lead 13-0, come back to the plate to face Tyler Jenkins in the bottom of the 3rd. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Number 20. Jacob.
Heading to the bottom of the third here at VolState Community College, and Jacob Messer stepping to the plate. Messer has popped out and lined out to right field. Sacrifice fly. As VolState professor Mike Pickering has seen enough. He's heading to the house. Swing and a miss. Messer hit one hard to right field. Jake Burris was standing at third base. Good base running as he headed back to third on the line drive. Was able to score on the out recorded. There's a line drive down just past John Ripel at first base. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting DH. He will swing in a high fastball and go down swinging. Jenkins gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. Jace Mizell steps to the plate. He's doubled and scored and reached on an error and scored. See a pitch misses inside. Looked like something off speed, maybe a changeup. Seven hits for the Pioneers in the first 2 innings. Breaking pitch on that outside corner. Nice pitch right there. Jenkins from Knoxville, Tennessee. Another breaking pitch swung on and lifted out to center field. Back goes Josh Campos, and the first somewhat easy play that he's had so far makes the catch for out number 2. First time that 2 batters have been retired in a row by BCA, and that will bring to the plate Carter Vrabel with 2 outs. Another off-speed pitch inside. Vrabel looking for something that he can extend his arms on. He struck out in the first and was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. And had a whole lot to see to take a hack at. There's a breaking pitch that does come across the plate. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Caleb Hawkins on deck. The pitch stays inside. They definitely do not want Carter Vrabel to extend his arms. He'll hit a vehicle out there in left field. Ooh, he had a cut there. That ball just couldn't get to the plate quick enough for him. A few fans sitting out there in lawn chairs beyond left field. He sees that breaking pitch. It's popped up and it will just hit off of the backstop. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball is tattooed out the left field, but it will not get out of here, and it'll be caught in foul territory right on the warning track as the Pioneers go down 1-2-3 here in the third. We are headed to the top of the fourth. 13-0 VolState leads. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete called to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Number 52, Brett Dowling, 6'1", 190-pound right-hander from Green Hill High School in Wilson County, Tennessee. Computer science major here at VolState, the son of Chad and Shelly Dowling. He has twin sisters who are older than he is, Ashley and Aaron, grandson of Granddaddy in Bowling Green, Grandma in Portland, Poppy in Madison, Alabama, and Nana in Central City, Kentucky. Brett Dowling on for his 5th appearance of the fall as well. On 3 innings. Given up 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks. He has struck out 11 batters. But he has had some control issues as well. 5 walks and 2 hit batters. In that period of time, he will face 3, 4, and 5 in the BCA lineup. River Hart steps to the plate. He walked first time up and takes a hack at a fastball and fouls it back to the screen. Hart from New Hampshire, playing third base for the BCA post-grad squad who got here early today. First team that I've seen coming in here at the same time as the VolState players were coming in. It's a fly ball out to center field. Jake Burris will handle that one easily for the first out. So do we have a pinch hitter here? What number we got here, Alex? 34 pinch hitter for Colt Whaley. Will be Harrison. This is going to be a fun one right here. I'm going to go with Boothallette. What are you going to go with, Qualls? You're not even going to announce him? Alex Qualls got scared. He didn't even want to announce. Harrison Boothallette. Bouthillette. Dowling didn't even wait for Huddleston to get back in position at shortstop. Huddleston had gone, I guess, headed over to the fence to see if he can make the catch on that foul ball. But Huddleston's running back to get in position. There's a line drive out to center field, but has turned Burris around, and that will get over his head to the wall. And Harrison B. will be in standing with a 1-out double on the first hit for BCA post-grad. Keegan Costa will step to the plate.
Number 6, Keegan Costa.
Not sure if something happened to Colt Whaley or they're just getting some other players at bats. So 1 out and a runner at second base. Fastball in the outside corner called strike. Harrison from Indian Land, South Carolina. Boothallette. Breaking pitch goes over the head of Costa. Protect the bean. Hunter Searcy has learned that now as he is out after being hit with a pitch in the helmet at Belmont this past Saturday, so he will not be playing today. So the third pitcher on for the Pioneers, Brett Dowling. After Klopfelter went 2 and Tomlinson went 1. Dowling looks back at second. That pitch missed somewhere. Not sure. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. Not sure if that was down. Didn't look like it was out, but looked pretty close. On deck, Jeremy Kreider, first baseman for BCA. Ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. The 5th walk by Pioneer pitching today. Kreider grounded out to third baseman Landon Luderman in the 2nd inning. So we got a pinch runner on there at first base. Fastball on the outside corner called strike. Number 26, Hayden Hodges on to pinch run for Keegan Costa. The 0-1 in there for a called strike 2. Kreider didn't look like he agreed with that call. Breaking pitch fouled off to the backstop. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. BCA threatening to score here in the top of the 4th inning. 13-0. That's a correct score if you're just joining us. Pioneer scored 4 in the first on 2 hits. There was 1 costly error. Then scored 9 runs on 5 hits. Another foul ball straight back. 9 runs on 5 hits and 2 costly errors in the 2nd inning. Pioneers were retired in order for the first time in the bottom of the 3rd. That brings us to the top of the 4th, where BCA has gotten their first hit of the ball game. Now runners on first and second again, called strike 3. Down goes Kreider. So the first strikeout by Dowling, second out of the inning. BCA had 2 runners reach in the first on walks. Went down in order in the second. And then another 2 batters walked in the 3rd inning. It's a swing and a miss by Christopher Casey, who struck out looking to end the 2nd inning. Up there to swing away this time is Casey, the right fielder. Dowling looking back at second, throws a fastball high, about chin high. Christopher lays off. From Frankfort, Illinois. Outfielder and a pitcher. Got several players on the roster here who are 2-way players. There's a swing and a miss. Like a changeup. Nice uniforms that they're wearing. Black tops with brilliant white numbers on the back. Gray pants. And there's another called strike 3 as Casey will go down looking again. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dowling. Does not give up a run. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, Pioneers lead 13-0. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. And we're back. The bottom of the fourth inning. Caleb Hawkins stepping to the plate. First pitch he sees from Tyler Jenkins inside corner for called strike. And our PA guy, Alex Qualls, had to step away for a minute. The music was still playing. We had to have a step in right there from Logan Kimberlin as that ball is lifted out to left field. It will go foul. Colt Whaley could not make the play. Looks like Hawkins got jammed on that one. Good pitch by Jenkins, who was out there for his second full inning. He came on in relief in the second inning of Dakota Crumbly. Retired the last four batters that he's faced. Breaking pitch, nice pitch on an 0-2 that stays inside. You want an 0-2 pitch that will give the batter something to think about to possibly pull the trigger and swing at a pitch he really can't do anything with. And he swings at a pitch high and outside and jerks that one foul. Whoops, I just struck him out. We can't do that. See if we can unstrike him out. We did. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scored 2 runs already and looking for his first hit. Reached on an error and was hit by a pitch. He was the last batter that Dakota Crumbly faced. Crumbly. There's a line drive out to left field. That will get down and one hop over the wall. Looked like it might have tipped right off of the top of the wall and went over the fence for a ground rule double for the sensei, Caleb Hawkins from Stewart's Creek High School, one of the Stewart's Creek gang. Somebody better check on Qualls, make sure he's okay. So Ethan Huddleston stepping to the plate. Had a big day so far, a triple and a single. And ball 1 to Huddleston. It went to dead center. He pops one up in the infield. So he got jammed on that one. Shortstop Hayden Hartgrove will make the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is where we need to have the backup, a backup PA guy. Logan, that's you. I don't know how to work it. Of course you don't. Brody Melton steps to the plate. He's a triple and 3 runs driven in his last plate appearance. He's a breaking pitch right across the plate for strike 1. So Hawkins on down at second base with 1 out. Melton walked in the first and tripled at the base of the fence. The old wheel play from Tyler Jenkins. Nobody was covering on that play as shortstop Hayden Hartgrove took off toward his position. And second baseman Lane Brooks did not cover as well. That pitch misses low and inside. Brody Melton having a fantastic fall for a first-year player here at VolState, freshman from Tullahoma High School, Tullahoma, Tennessee, an economics major. And he cracks one in the left field. That should drive in another run as Colt Whaley was playing about 2 steps in front of the warning track, it looked like. Another line drive by Brody Melton, who has absolutely stung the ball all fall. Landon Luderman steps to the plate, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Lefty on lefty matchup. Pitch goes high. Brody Melton, that's his 10th hit of the fall, which leads the Pioneers. Breaking pitch stays down. 2 balls, no strikes to Landon Luderman. Eight hits for the Pioneers, 14 runs. We're in the bottom of the 4th, scheduled for 7 innings. Fouled that one off just over the screen. Two balls and a strike. Fastball stays up. 3 balls and a strike to Landon Luderman, 5'10", 185-pound freshman from Knoxville Catholic High School. General Studies major, the son of Daniel and Shannon Luderman. Brother to Hudson and Easton, his brother and sister. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. That one appeared to have fooled Landon. Count goes full. This Full Count brought to you by Full Count Ministries. Brody Melton on at first base. There's a line drive just over the head of Jeremy Kreider. Luderman got jammed. Melton will move on to third. Throw is to the cutoff man. But he will hustle in to third base. And looks like it's, assuming that's the pitching coach is coming back out, he might ask Tyler Jenkins for the baseball. And he will, and then we'll have a new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you as much as we know about him when we come back. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Welcome back to Gallatin, Tennessee. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. New pitcher on for BC Athletics. Number 7, Braden Kercado or Kercado, Kercado. Middle infielder and a right-handed pitcher, 6'3", 180 pounds, from just down the road in Columbia, Tennessee. He is on in relief of Tyler Jenkins, who went 2 innings, got 6 outs, gave up 6 hits. And let's see how many batters. He did not walk a batter or hit a batter. Struck out 1. 2 runners on are his responsibilities. Kercado yanks the first pitch low and outside. Ball 1 to Matt Hall. That pitch hits Matt Hall. He took that like a man. first batter that Curcado sees. He plunks.
Number 35, Jay Charlotte.
So Big Jay Charla back at the plate. One for one. He drives the ball deep to right field. Back goes Casey. That ball is out of here. That is a grand slam for Big Jay Charla against his former team. Jay Charla put a charge into that one. Wind blowing a little bit out to right field, but that's the second home run in a Volunteer State uniform for Big Jay Charla, as he has cleared the bases, giving the Pioneers an 18-0 lead. I actually was looking down at my scorebook, trying to make a correction. I heard the hit. Didn't see the swing as Jake Burris steps to plate. Hits a two-hopper down to third. The throw over to first is in the dirt, and Kreider cannot come up with that one. And Burris will keep running. End up at second base. So he reaches on an error for the second time in the ball game. The fourth error on BCA here in the contest. So Big Chase Charla with a grand slam home run over the right field fence. Looked up and Christopher Casey just kept going back and going back, as Jacob Messer still has not been able to get timed on a pitch. He did hit a line drive to right field. That was caught, but he has swung over several off-speed pitches. There's a breaking pitch in there for called strike. Nice pitch by Curcado. Swinging a ground ball to the left of the second baseman. Brooks over, makes a sliding catch and comes up throwing to retire Messer. Out number 2 on the play. Burris moves over to third base.
Now batting, number 34, Jace Mizell.
Jace Mizell steps to the plate. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Doubled and scored twice. Fastball on the inside corner. Mizell, 6'1", 220 pounds, sophomore, redshirt sophomore from Metropolis, Illinois. Son of Sean and Jamie Mizell, and the younger brother, Aiden, he swings and fouls that ball back. $18 runs for the Pioneers, only 1 home run on the afternoon. And that's from Big Jay Charla as that ball's popped up in the infield. Second baseman Brooks will make the play for out number 3 here in the fourth. The Pioneers score 5 more runs on 4 hits. The big one, big grand slam by Jay Charla. They take an 18-0 lead into the 5th inning. We'll have a new pitcher on the mound. We'll tell you about him when we return. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Let's turn the volume up. New pitcher on for the Pioneers. This Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Parker White, 6'1", 205-pound left-hander from Knoxville, Tennessee. Might have faced some of these guys on BC Athletics in high school. He pitched at Knoxville West. Could even be some teammates of his. I don't know the roster for BCA at all. So general studies major here at Volunteer State, the son of Paul White and Carrie Myers. Brother to Eli, Tanner, and Ellie. Grandson of Owa and Tazewell, Tennessee. His grandmother there over in East Tennessee. And Parker White on for his 5th appearance of the fall. Thrown 3 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. He will face 8, 9, and 10 in the BCA lineup. First pitch to Thomas Lovins in there for a called strike. Lovins struck out in his only plate appearance, leading off the 3rd inning, as he is leading off here in the 5th inning. Breaking pitch is grounded over to first. Brody Melton will try to throw on the run to Parker White, who ran a little bit faster than that ball was flipped. They had more time. They could have slowed it down a little bit, but tried to go a little too fast. And it just tipped off of Parker White's glove. And Lovins will reach on the air.
Now batting, number 5, Josh Campos.
The first error by the Pioneers goes to Parker White. Josh Campos steps to the plate, center fielder. Fastball stays inside. First leadoff batter to reach for BCA. Throw over to first. Not in time. See the U.S. flag out there is pointing toward right field now. We don't have any meteorologists up here in the press box, but figuring maybe no more than 10 miles an hour. Sharp breaking pitch. Nice block by Caleb Hawkins. But Jay Charlo's shot in the bottom of the 4th inning. Just a well-struck ball with a good pitch. His 2nd home run as a Pioneers. There's a fastball in the inside corner called strike. In his 3 plate appearances in the spring, he had a home run, a sacrifice fly, and a walk. 3 RBIs in his 3 plate appearances. 2-1 pitch, grounded to shortstop. Only play will be to first. Huddleston throws to first, and Campos beat that one out for an infield single. Huddleston thought he had a little more time, caught it cleanly. He was playing at double play depth, so he had to come over to field that ball up in front of him and to his right. But Campos got on his horse and was able to beat the throw to first base. That puts runners at first and second with nobody out. Jackson Bartholomew steps to the plate. He walked in the 3rd inning. Picked up one of the 5 walks by Pioneer batters. Fouled straight back. Bartholomew from Carmel, California. Might be called Carmel in California. Tanner Bumblow, what do you think? You're an English major, right? No? Is English your first language? It is. And only language. Is that correct? Okay. You're not bilateral? Nope. Okay. Swing and a miss. Don't think we have any multilingual players on the team here, do we? And I don't mean English and Southern. That doesn't count. Southern, well, it's a dialect of English. Driven down right field line, it will land foul. Hop over. No, maybe it did stay in the field of play. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. It's fun when you have teammates who can speak other languages. First year broadcasting with the full count rhythm, we had a Japanese player and a player who was born in Venezuela. So we had multiple languages. That fastball goes high and off the glove of Caleb Hawkins, who will throw late down to third base as Lovins. I don't think that's Lovins, actually. We got a pinch runner again who's must be the team pinch runner. Hayden Hodges has gone into pinch run for Lovins, who has moved to third base. So runners now at the corners, 1 ball, 2 strike, nobody out. Another foul ball down to right field. Bartholomew stays alive. In the top of the 5th inning, fastball sails away from the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker White got the first batter, Thomas Lovins, to hit a soft ground ball to Brody Melton over at first base, but on his way over to first base could not control the toss from Melton. That ball's fouled straight back. So Lovins reached. Hayden Hodges came on to pinch run, and then Josh Campos hit a ground ball to shallow shortstop and was able to beat it out. Swing and a miss, and down goes Bartholomew. First out of the 5th for BCA. Brings up leadoff batter Hayden Hartgrove. And the Mizels have checked in, along with Parker White's mother, Carrie Myers, and his stepdad, Craig, are watching from home in Knoxville today. Glad to have you all here on the broadcast. Swing by Hartgrove. Line drive that will just go foul down the third baseline. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Great to have you all watching and listening today, wherever you are. Throw over to first base, diving back. It's Josh Campos. Pitch swung on, fouled straight back. Parker White looking for a ground ball to a shortstop or a second base. Trying to dial up that prescription from the doctor. Michael Franklin, our 5th Stewart's Creeker here, with his Gatorade towel in case he starts sweating, and Parker White gets a swing and a miss by Hartgrove. With a runner at first base, less than 2 outs, he is out, although Hawkins was not able to securely make the grab. So second strikeout for Parker White. After allowing the first 2 batters to reach, struck out Bartholomew, struck out Hartgrove, Lane Brooks at the plate with 2 outs, swing and a miss. Brooks 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. There's a line drive to center field. Jake Burris started to come in, and then as he went back, got a glove on it, but not able to make the grab. I thought that ball was going to be in front of Burris as well. He started in, but that ball stayed up for a line drive base hit RBI. First run on the board for BCA. Second hit of the inning brings to the plate River Hart. 0 for 1 with a walk. Swings and pops this one up over to the right fielder, Jace Mizell, who actually dropped that ball. Looked like he was under it, then started to take steps to his right. I'm not sure if that was a sun ball or not, but could almost be a case made for Jake Burris being an error in center field. I've kind of given the benefit on the hard hit ball. This definitely will be an error on Mizell. Two more runs come across. For BCA, the second error of the inning for the Pioneers. All runs have been as a result of errors, and there is Harrison Bouthillette, and he will hit a ball out to left field. Jay Sharla on the warning track will make a running grab of that slicing fly ball. That will end the inning for the Pioneers. Tough luck for Parker White. A nice play there by Jay Sharla to retire Harrison Bouthillette for the third out. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors. 1 runner left on base after 4.5. Pioneers lead 18-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Carter Vrabel will lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Pioneers. One of the extra hitters for Jim McGuire as he looked at a curveball that stays inside. Already been plunked once. Struck out and lined out to the left fielder. Scored a run. Looking for his first hit. Taps a ball foul at the plate. Carter Vrabel from Father Ryan High School right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Transfer from Wabash Valley in his second season with the Pioneers. 12 home runs, 40 RBIs, and he gets a breaking pitch. He fouls over the third base dugout. On deck, Caleb Hawkins. Swing and a miss. Down goes Vrabel. Braden Kirkado is still on the mound for BCA. Came on in relief in the fourth.
Number 17, Caleb Hawkins.
That's his first strikeout of the afternoon. Caleb Hawkins, who is 1 for 2, been on base all 3 trips up. Sees a fastball in the inside corner. Doubled and scored in the fourth. It's a fly ball at the left field, and it will go foul. Got it way out in front of that breaking pitch. 4 players on the Pioneer roster from Stewart's Creek. Caleb Hawkins, Connor Moss, Will Trapp, and Maddox Liebrick. Then Michael Franklin, who's around the team on a regular basis. Hawkins stays alive. Foul ball down the third base line. Last year there were 5 with first baseman Cam Matting, who is left to go to Freed Hardman. Another ball tapped foul. I think that may be Keegan Costa, who's back behind the plate now in relief of Thomas Lovins. Another ball driven deep but foul down the left field line. Kirkado is staying inside to Caleb Hawkins. The 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Or strike 3. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Kirkado. He's retired the last 4 batters he's faced. Brings Ethan Huddleston to the plate. He sees a fastball just inside.
Up to bat, number 3, Ethan.
2 for 3 on the afternoon, a triple and a single, 3 RBIs, and he will hit a ball down the third base line. That'll be in for extra bases. Cutting it off, Colt Whaley, and not extra bases as he's able to get over and cut that ball off before it got to the wall, and Huddleston will remain at first base with his second single of the day. He's 3 for 4. Brody Melton stepping to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Throw over to first base, not in time. So with 2 outs, pretty good chance that Huddleston will try to get on the bag. He's got a huge lead over there at first base. Does not go on the pitch. Off speed. Goes down low to Melton. Melton 4 RBIs with a 3-run triple and a run-scoring single in his last time to the plate. Long check. So that pitch goes outside. 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch was very close. High throw over to first base. Kreider able to climb the ladder. Snag that one. Hayden Hartgrove has now moved to third base. Another pitch down low. See who the new shortstop is. Looks like shortstop and third baseman have just swapped. Hayden Hartgrove over at third, River Hart at shortstop. Another throw to first, not in time. On deck, Landon Luderman. There goes Huddleston. Started to go, but it's ball 4. So it would have been a wasted effort for Ethan to run on that pitch. So first 2 outs recorded by Kirkado on strikeout, then a single and a walk. It put runners at first and second with 2 outs. Landon Luderman 1 for 3 and a run scored so far as catcher Costa will head out to talk to his right-hander. It's the first walk by Kirkado today. Came on in relief. First batter he faced was Matt Hall, who's on deck. He promptly plunked Hall, then gave up a grand slam to Jay Sharla. Luderman swing and a miss, something off speed there. Luderman had a little soft line drive over the first baseman's head in the 4th inning. Well, the pitch sails high and away. 2 balls. I'm sorry, ball 1. I was thinking Luderman did not swing at that pitch. Good job, Logan. You were on that one, buddy. I was looking up at that scoreboard. I went with you that time. There's a hard ground ball down the first base line. We'll go foul. It takes a village up here, okay? The press box gang, that's what we're called. In the spring, when it's cold outside, there's a lot of folks that come up here because we have a heater. Now, the windows are still open, so I'm still wearing a coat. But we're going to get some new windows in here, guys. I'm working on it. We're efforting through a buddy of mine's, an acquaintance of mine's business. He's going to donate the windows, donate the installation. I got another buddy who's going to donate some carpet. In talks with a large hardware store. That ball's tipped foul. To get some other new accessories up here in the press box. We are going to rehab the press box, remodel. My wife and I are going to paint in here. What color do you like, Tanner? How about a good white? Go with white. We're going to paint it Parker White's what we're going to paint it. And that ball just missed Luderman there. He was hit with a pitch in his last at-bat, but ended up called it a strike. This must have been his arm was hanging over in the strike zone. But he ended up getting the base hit. And we go full. This full count brought to you by Framework Athletics, located at 104B Jessica Lauren Court. See their sign out there hanging just to the right of the baseball that's hanging on the outfield sign, that black tarp with a white circle, runners going on the full count pitch with 2 outs and another walk. But the base is loaded for Matt Hall. Matt Hall 2 for 2, been on base all 3 times. Double, single, and a hit batter. He comes to the plate. Could he be Jay Sharla right here? Go big fly. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Matt Hall played in 30 games this past spring. Did not hit a home run. Another pitch on the outside corner. Hall now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. He hit .242, played second base for the injured Ethan Huddleston, who's now at shortstop. Cato working quickly, breaking pitch. Goes in the dirt and gets away from Costa, and all runners will move up 90 feet, which includes the 19th run of the ball game for the Pioneers. That would be his double play combination. Ethan Huddleston, who comes in to score. Mercado retired the first 2 via a strikeout. Gave up a single to Ethan Huddleston and 2 walks. Matt Hall spoils that pitch. Fouls it off to Caleb Picaville over on the right side in the trees. Those pretty easy to find over there. I've never actually been on the other side of the trees. No? You got to be a good Easter egg hunter. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Matt Hall on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Mercado will get Hall looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. Pioneers do push 1 across on 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 5 innings, 19-3. Pioneers lead. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Left-hander Braxton Alexander, 5'11", 175-pound freshman from Cannon County High School, hometown of Woodbury, Tennessee, a marketing major. The son of Brian and Andrea Alexander, the brother to Andrew, and the grandson of Papa and Mimi in Reedaville, Tennessee. Braxton on for his 3rd appearance of the fall. Thrown 2 innings, given up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 3. Braxton did not pitch, to my recollection, at Belmont. Parker White, who just finished 1 inning, he did pitch at Belmont. Did very well, gave up only 1 hit, struck out 1, no walks, no hit batters, and no runs.
Now batting, number 6, Keegan Costa.
So Keegan Costa, the new catcher for BCA, steps in to face Braxton Alexander. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Hopefully that won't hit Caleb Pica, since he's over there looking for the other foul balls. Keegan Costa has struck out and walked. Swings and hits a ground ball to second. Diving attempt. I don't think that's Matt Hall. That's Drew Plummer out there at second base now. So a diving attempt by Drew Plummer, who's in for Matt Hall. This is Drew's first action against opposing team. He's played an inter-squad game, but I'm assuming that coach is putting him into Matt Hall's batting position. He's done that so far this year. So there's Jeremy Kreider swinging the first pitch. Fouls that one off. That will be just in front of the forest to the right, the line of trees. Be a lot easier. Since that one's an easy one to get, the BC Athletics player will go over and snag that one. Will Trapp, that's an easy one for him. A one-pitch swing and a miss. So Keegan Costa reaches on an infield single. Breaking pitch stays inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's the 3rd hit of the afternoon for BCA. Another pitch stays inside. Jeremy Kreider, who's 0 for 2, now looks at a 2 ball, 2 strike pitch from Braxton Alexander, another left-hander out of the Pioneers bullpen. That ball is tapped down the first base line. It will go foul. Caleb Hawkins will be relieved and pick that up in foul territory. Kreider will come back for another 2-2 offering from Alexander. On deck, Christopher Casey. So Drew Plummer in for Matt Hall at second base. No other changes in defense. Fastball tails away for a Framework Athletics full count. Framework Athletics has training for baseball and softball. Former major league and other professional and college players over there. Kreider will take a walk and put runners at first and second. Christopher Casey steps to the plate. He struck out looking twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Swings and misses. Braxton Alexander now looking for the ground balls. He gets Casey to foul that one off. Place that I'm sure Christopher Casey did not want to be. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Does not want that hat trick. Breaking pitch down at his feet. Picked out of there nicely by Caleb Hawkins, starting catcher this past spring for the Pioneers. Nobody out, 2 runners on. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Casey. Alexander with his first strikeout, the first out of the 6th inning.
Now batting, number 2, Thomas Lovins.
Thomas Lovins steps to the plate. Now the DH. Struck out and reached on an error. He looks at the first pitch over the plate for a called strike. Lovins 5'11", 230 pounds from Douglasville, Georgia. Says he's a catcher and a third baseman. Fastball stays outside. Breaking pitch inside. Alexander falls behind, 2 balls and a strike. Parker White gave up the 3 runs, but none of those were earned. Swing and a miss. White did not walk a batter and struck out 2. Gave up the 1 hit. Consensus was the play out in center field as that breaking pitch goes in the dirt, blocked by Caleb Hawkins, and we'll have a Framework Athletics full count. Line drive out to Jake Burris in center field. The consensus was that he should have caught that, so changed in my book to an error. So 3 errors in that inning by the Pioneers. There's a swing and a fly ball out to center field. Back goes Burris, and he will get under it, make the grab. The runner at second will tag up and go to third base. With the second out of the 6th inning. Brings to the plate Josh Campos with runners at the corners. Campos 1 for 1. He's been on base both times he's been to the plate. He's walked in the 3rd and singled in the 5th. Fastball above the letters. Campos from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 6'1", 180 pounds. Outfielder and left-handed pitcher. Swing a fly ball down the right field line. It will get out of play just past the maintenance shed. All manner of different colored helmets out here for PCA. I thought they had white. That ball is lifted out to left field. That will get down. 1 run will score. Will get to the fence. Charlo will pick it up at the fence, get it back in. But an RBI double by Josh Campos will put runners at second and third. Braxton Alexander almost got out of that jam. Second hit of the inning for BCA. Bring to the plate Jackson Bartholomew.
Up to bat, number 16, Jackson Bartholomew.
Walked and struck out. (19-4). Coach McGuire and Coach Kale will be watching Braxton here to see how he reacts with runners on base and a run already in. There's a swing and a miss. Number 10 batter in the lineup. On deck, Hayden Hartgrove, the leadoff batter for BCA. Another swing and a miss. Alexander trying to strand 2 runners. At an infield single by Keegan Costa. And a double down the left field line. And there's a pop-up. Should be caught out into center field. Going toward right center field, and Jake Burris will make the grab for out number 3. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Going to the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers lead 19-4. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the sixth, Big J Charla, 2 for 2 day, double and a grand slam, 5 RBIs on the afternoon for the Riverdale Warrior from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the former player for BCA. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Nice pitch by Braden Kirkado. On for his second full inning of work. Charlotte taps one into the BCA dugout. Now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charlotte has walked and scored, doubled in the, actually walked and doubled in the same inning, in the second inning. It's another ball deep to right field. Back goes new right fielder Craig Cleary. That actually clears the fence and lands on top of the batting cage in right field, but it was foul. Big shot, Jay Charla going for his second home run of the game, but it went foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch stays inside. I'm telling you, Kirkado gets the ball and he's ready to pitch. 2-2 pitch to Charla. A hard smash to backhanded at second base by Lane Brooks, and Charla is retired for the first time. So we do have a new right fielder, number 8, Craig Cleary from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Big J Charla retired for the first time. Nice backhand play by Brooks. And we have a pinch hitter on for Jake Burris. R.J. Moore stepping to the plate for his first at-bat. Ball and a strike now to R.J. Moore from Beach High School, hometown right down the road at Goodlettsville, Tennessee. RJ looking at ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. RJ playing just his third game of the fall, is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He'll take a walk from Braden Kirkado. And then we'll bring to the plate Keegan Evick, who is also pinch hitting for Jacob Messer. Third walk by Kirkado, and he will throw over to first base. And back in head first is R.J. Moore. Breaking pitch misses outside. Another off-speed pitch misses down low to Evick from Clarksville, Tennessee. A Rossview Hawk sophomore throw over to first base. R.J. Moore back in head first. Evick has 1 official plate appearance. This is only his second game as a hitter or as a fielder, also a two-way player, a pitcher. And he gets a line drive to center field, but on to make the catch, Josh Campos. A nice shot by Evick, but right at the center fielder. So 2 outs now for the Pioneers. We'll bring to the plate Cam Hodges, pinch hitting for Jace Mizell. I assume Cam and R.J. Moore will go in to right field and center field respectively toward the top of the 7th inning. Breaking pitch misses inside. Cam Hodges from Sevierville, Tennessee, played at Sevier County along with teammate Corbin Overbay. Another throw over to first base. Hodges, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman, logistics major, the son of Michael Hodges from Sevierville and Jessica Roberts in Kodak, Tennessee. Swings and hits a smash down the third base line, and that will be in. He will move on to second base. I hesitate to say for extra bases. But Cam Hodges gets a pinch hit double. Pioneer's been wearing out that line between the third baseman and the third base line. Carter Vrabel will step up to the plate. Again, looking for his first hit. And that pitch goes behind Vrabel. Thirteenth hit of the day for Pioneers. Cam Hodges doubled down that left field line. Ball and a strike now to Carter Vrabel, looking to do some damage here in what will be his last plate appearance of game 1. Once they hit so bad, that ball almost hit him in the hip. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Pioneers scored 4 in the first, 9 in the second, 5 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Long pause by Mercado. Breaking pitch popped up down the right field line. Second baseman Lane Brooks will be out and will miss that ball as it goes over his head. Vrabel will get into second base, sliding head first. 2 runs will come across for the Pioneers. Hit or nair? Second baseman, not sure if he had problems with the sun there or not, but 2-base error.
Number 17, Caleb Hawkins.
No RBIs. 2 runs come across. Caleb Hawkins still in the game. Will get another at-bat. Breaking pitch fouled off to the VolState dugout. 52-man roster for the Pioneers. 23 true freshmen. Haven't counted how many total new players. Swing and a miss. Hawkins 1 for 3 today. Scored 3 runs. From Smyrna, Tennessee, Stewart's Creek High School. Vrabel got a huge jump, and Hawkins fouled a breaking pitch off. So Vrabel will head back. Ethan Huddleston will walk the foul ball back to the catcher, Costa, and home plate umpire Travis Rose will walk a new baseball out to Braden Mercado. Be about a 30-minute break between games, and we'll be back broadcasting as soon as we possibly can. As soon as I'll get rosters. We'll play by the pitcher Braden Mercado. Nobody covering. 2 outs, 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Check swing. Tapper back to the backstop. Ethan Huddleston getting his steps in. So 2 unearned runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and down goes Hawkins. Pioneers score 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. We're going to the 7th. This will be the last inning for game 1. 21-4. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen says Landon Tucker, come on down. 5'9", 165-pound right-hand sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia, criminal justice major, the son of Hank and Christy Tucker. He will face Craig Cleary on for his first at-bat. Here in game 1, side armor Landon Tucker misses with the first pitch. So Cleary will actually get an at-bat in a different spot. He'd be an extra hitter. He swings and pops this one up. It will get out of play. He came on in right field for Christopher Casey. Breaking pitch misses way outside. On deck, leadoff batter Hayden Hartgrove. So Jackson Bartholomew, who's the 10-hole hitter, actually flew out to end the 6th inning, and they're just going to throw a batter in there for get him a plate appearance. So Craig Cleary from West Bloomfield, Michigan, 6 foot, 170 pounds, sees a 3-1 count from Landon Tucker, and there's a foul ball. A fastball that tailed in on his hands. Nice pitch by Tucker. Count goes full. Framework Athletics full count. Zach Duke, 15-year Major League left-handed pitcher, and Ryan McDuffie, co-owner of CrossFit Hendersonville, or the co-owners. That pitch sails high. First batter faced by Tucker is a walk.
Now batting, number 12, Hayden Hartgrove.
Hayden Hartgrove 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a pop-out. Breaking pitch misses inside. Tucker now looking for that ground ball. Try to get double play here. First 2 pitches to Hartgrove miss outside the zone. That ball's driven deep out to center field. Back goes R.J. Moore. He's still backpedaling, and he will not be able to make that play. Goes over his head. They're going to hold the runner at third base. Ball just kept going and going and going. So a wind-blown double? I don't know. That wind's actually going to third base. Maybe R.J. misjudged that one a little bit. That puts runners at second and third with nobody out. Brings Lane Brooks to the plate. 0 for 3. Breaking pitch misses outside.
Up to bat, number 3, Lane Brooks.
Tucker in a bit of a mess here after walking the leadoff batter. A fly ball that ended up getting over the head of R.J. Moore, is now in center field. Cam Hodges out in right field. Jay Sharla still in left. Fastball in the outside corner, called strike. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Fastball goes down low, below the knees. Tucker in danger of walking the bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. Swinging a foul ball brings us to another Framework Athletics full count. Five hits in the ball game for BCA. Two extra base hits. There's a curveball on the outside corner. Nice breaker by Landon Tucker. Fooled Lane Brooks. And he goes down looking for the first out here in the top of the 7th inning. First strikeout by Tucker.
Number 33, River Hart.
River Hart stepping to the plate, 0 for 2. Has walked, reached on an error by the right fielder. Fastball outside. Braxton Alexander, who pitched the 6th inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. There's a breaking pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Walked 1, struck out 1. Klopfelter started the game, went 2 innings. Walked 2, struck out 3. John Tomlinson, Brett Dowling, Parker White, Braxton Alexander, and now Landon Tucker gets a swing and a miss by River Hart. Tucker looking to claw his way back in this inning. Walked Craig Cleary. And then gave up a double to Hayden Hartgrove. Breaking pitch misses outside. That's a lot of break to that pitch. You don't want to hang that one, but got to get it a little bit closer to the batter. Have him swing and a miss as it just creeps off the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and another breaking pitch on the outside corner. Tucker gets the call for another backwards K. BCA now down to their last out. Harrison Bouthelette. Tucker steps off and then is reminded, I guess, that he's got to actually show some sort of a baseball move. Apparently, you're not allowed to just step off anymore. 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 7th, swinging a foul straight back. Harrison Booth-Lett came on in relief of Colt Whaley in the 4th inning. Doubled in his first plate appearance to dead center field, then flew out on a nice running play by Jay Sharla in left field. 1 for 2. It's a ground ball, base hit into right field. Hodges will get over, make the play. 1 run scores, a throw home, not in time. So a 2-run single by Harrison Booth-Lett. Who is 2 for 3, and that's the 6th hit of the game for BCA.
Number 6, Keegan Costa.
Keegan Costa steps to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Tucker almost got out of that jam. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. But a nice swing on what I believe was a breaking pitch from Tucker. It's a solid base hit into right field. BCA went scoreless the first 4 innings of the game, then scored 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and now have pushed across 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. Check swing, he could not hold up. And this game is over. The Pioneers will finish this one out 21-6. Is the final. So we should be 30 minutes away from game 2, but oh, no, we're going to actually, I take that back. We're not in the final. We're going to go ahead and hit in the bottom of the 7th inning. So let me unfinal this. May not be able to. See if I hit that. There we go. It will go. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. They got a new pitcher that they want to throw out there for an inning. See who that is. It's number 11. Tyler Berry, 6 foot, 185-pound left-hander from Richardson, Texas. Will head to the mound for the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll take, so this is more like a scrimmage apparently. Landon Tucker ended up striking out the 3 batters that he retired. He gave up a walk and a single. 2 runs in his inning. Maddox Liebrick will step to the plate for the Pioneers. He will hit for Ethan Huddleston. Another Stewart's Creeker, and the first pitch goes down and looks like it may have hit the umpire. See if Maddox is from either Smyrna or Murfreesboro. That is the 2 places he is. Murfreesboro side. Undecided major. A redshirt freshman, 5'11", 160-pound outfielder, son of Greg and Amy Liebrick and the brother of Madison. He looks at the first 2 pitches outside the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to the former DJ up here in the press box. Alex Quall's handling 2 jobs up here. Last year he was the scoreboard operator. He's moved 1 seat to the right, and there's Lieber. Gets a line drive to the second baseman. He will be retired. And Frederick Harris will step to the plate.
Now batting, number 42.
Pinch hitting for Brody Melton. Frederick, first baseman by trade. And he from Overton High School. Sees the first pitch from Barry. Sail off the catcher's glove. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Frederick has 1 official plate appearance. He has walked twice. 0 for 1. This is his 3rd game of the fall. Swing and a miss. On deck, Drew Webster, who will pinch hit for Landon Luderman. There's a breaking pitch. Swung on and may have tipped into the glove, and down goes Harris. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting, number 7, Drew Webster.
Drew Webster from right here in Nashville, Tennessee, went to Christ Presbyterian Academy, CPA. He swings and misses the first pitch he sees from left-hander Tyler Berry. Next pitch on the corner, called strike. Webster, 6'2", 190-pound freshman. Business administration major, the son of Rustin and Gail Webster. Swing and a miss. And down goes Webster and down go the Pioneers. I didn't get a chance to say that Frederick Harris is an exercise science major. Overton High School, 6'2", 215-pound freshman. He is the son of Frederick Harris Sr. in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Clarissa Harris here in Nashville, Tennessee. As Tyler Berry comes in and retires the 3 batters that he faces, and now we are final. 21-6. The Pioneers take game 1. Drew Webster goes down after pinch hitting. Probably see some of those guys in game 2 as well. So game 2 will start in approximately 30 minutes. We are finished here after 2 hours and about 50 minutes of play here. So probably get started a little bit before 5:30 Central Time. Hope you'll come back for game 2 between VolState and BCA. We will take a 30-minute break or a 25-minute break and be right back on the same media, Twitter and YouTube. You've been listening to the VolState Sports Network.